Howdy, folks. Grotto Goblin here of the Goblin's Grotto, and this is a very quick Kickstarter news video for a Midlam Miniatures Kickstarter. One thing that I like to do on this channel is cover various little miniatures Kickstarters, especially small business ones. It's just really neat to see what all is out there and support, maybe not necessarily local, but, the smaller businesses doing Kickstarter. Midlam Miniatures is one of the most consistent ones that I've backed. This is not sponsored, by the way. I just, have been a backer of several of their Kickstarters and been very satisfied with the results. And this is looking to be yet another good one. So, this one's just simply called Halfling Cultists. And it's coming with a series of, well, as you can imagine, Halfling Cultists. Although, really, you can use these guys as monks, some of them as, like, farmers, or just, like, random civilians. They don't have to be cultists, But as you can see, wow, just less than another hour. The time is running out December 3rd, 2023 at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. That is a U.S. time. It'll look different when you go to the page for you, most likely. And remember, you are paying in euros with this. So, this is the splash image, but let's take a closer look at all of the things. You get a little backstory about the things behind the lore, so to speak. This whole thing about pies. Yeah, I don't know. But, so there's a lot of pie jokes and other pastry jokes here. But, yeah, well, halflings, not heavily represented in the cultist market. Uh, so it's kind of neat to see, a little less just plain humans doing things like this in miniatures. So, cultist with a knife, a classic. Cultist holding a pie, bringing in that sort of silly element. These were kind of late additions, stretch goals. So they are unlocked. This is well past the funding, so at this point, it's just about whether you want to also throw in for this. Remember, Kickstarter is not a store. This is an investment, so and not all investments turn out. But Midlam is very consistent, so I do believe that they will. Let me just kind of scale this up. Somehow that actually made it smaller. Okay. So, this one looks like he'd be a very good wizard if you just wanted a little wizard NPC. This one's like on their knees praying. Good for a diorama, maybe not for gameplay. But, maybe they could also be casting some kind of big spell. Both of these look like they could be good little hirelings. Little torchbearer type things. Maybe a wizard with a torch or something like that. Let's see, more just kind of standard. Maybe some healers, spellcasters. And then this one right here. I do have to say, I think this needs to be a little more defined. I can understand why it's not. Just because, this is... When it gets casted, it would be a shame if this became really breakable. But I might file these down if this is the thickness that I get. But really neat. These could be just like little farmers or something, honestly. A couple of scholars stand in with all their scrolls. I really like scrolls. I feel like books get used a lot in miniatures, whether it's a wizard's tome or whatever, or a monk. But scrolls, that was the original book. If you're not counting like clay tablets and stuff. But, speaking of books, here's another book right here. And a little halfling carrying a chest. And then we have two sleeping halflings with their own funny names. But these could also be fallen combatants, or, in an encounter, if you come across like a bunch of dead folks, these could be in the body piles. So that is the core add-on, the core set of this campaign. These are all going to be cast in pewter material at 28 millimeters. So pretty standard stuff. Additionally, there is this sort of add-on with a heretic who is running away with the secret recipe for the pies. and you get 3 pies, one of which is having a big bite, and then a little bite, and then a unharmed pie. So that is what all is coming in this. There's really not too much else to say about this campaign except that I am backing it, and I have really only had positive things to say about Midlam Miniatures in the past. They have their own store that these will eventually end up in, presumably. So, yeah, that is about it. Yeah, if you were interested, go back as soon as possible. There's less than 2 days left. So that's all for me today. Probably going to be working on another video related to Reaper Miniatures coming out soon. So in the meantime, take care, stay safe, and if you got them, let's go paint some miniatures.